So I literally just got back from my family Christmas party. It is Christmas Day, 5 p.m. It was a lot of fun. I'm tired, but I've got something very important I've got to do. I got a very special tech-related present from my parents. New graphics card. RTX 3060. I'd like to clarify, at the moment I'm running a 1050 Ti. So I'm going to quickly benchmark the 1050 Ti on 3D Mark, then going to go clean out the PC, show the process of chucking the 360 in, and yeah, let's run 3D Mark. This is currently my rig. It's running X58 motherboard, an Xeon X5690, 24 gigs of DDR3 RAM, a few little expansion cards like USB-C and whatnot, 1TB SSD, 1TB hard drive, and a backup SSD and hard drive, 650 watt power supply. Is this probably going to bottleneck the 360? Yes, but by golly, is it going to do better than a 1050 Ti low profile? The reason I'm running that at the moment is because I got it for free. Let's run Time Spy. The Time Spy score was 2421, but as you can see, the graphics score is below the CPU score by a bit, and yeah, purple's the CPU, so it's definitely not being bottlenecked at the moment. But keep this number in mind, 2421. I will, while I'm talking, insert some clips here from gaming videos for some benchmarks on things like frame rates, but I don't. But my PC is quite dusty, due for a dusting anyway. So let's go dust her out, clean her up, and chuck this new RTX in. I think it's time that we install a new graphics card. But before we do this, it's been annoying me for so long that it's been routed over here. I'm going to try and squeeze it through the back. If we can get this fan temporarily out of the way, I can get this 8-pin be a whole lot better. There we go. Finally got that 8-pin up there. It's been across there for so long. It was so ugly for so long. And it's finally gone. Now let's screw this fan back in. Now it's time to tackle issue number 2, this bad boy. This GPU has served me well for a very long time. Since before even this computer, for this GPU was for a short time in my parents' computer, which is the computer I dissected in this video. When I got a Vive when I was younger, and they needed a card to run it. This computer has served me for many years now, this graphics card. But it's time to move on, my friend. I will still use it. I'm not selling this card. I plan to use it for a few things like test bench. But it's just time for it to leave my main machine. Goodbye, old friend. I'll miss you. A gigabyte, low profile, GTX 1050 Ti. But let's welcome in our new friend, the Gigabyte GeForce RTX. They're both gigabyte. Oh. This is so cool. This is such a cool card. Sadly, the only 8-pin on my power supply has a 6-pin attached. I'm thinking I might buy an extender, but I want to be able to use it in the time being. So let's plug power to this card. Ugly power, but power. Get the power connected. I'll probably buy an 8-pin extender so I can get rid of that. Let's screw it in. Ooh, that first fan doesn't have a whole lot of clearance with my USB card, but I think that'll be fine. Worst case, it has issues and I take the card out. Now that that's in, I just quickly rerouted that over the top. The fun part begins. Squeezing all of this into a side panel. After a lot of shoving, the side panel is now back on. Now before we close her up, there is one very important thing I've got to do. Put this Wi-Fi card back in that I took out yonks ago and for a different project and forgot to put back in. I mean, while I've got it open on the surgery table, I may as well do a wee bit of cosmetic stuff. I've already used up all my PCIe lanes on things like USB-C cards and extra USB 3 cards. So, a PCI one for Australian internet speeds, which is what I've got, will be more than adequate. Wonderful. And with that, I think we finished up the upgrade. So let's go plug it in before we close up the side, because it's bad GBs otherwise, and otherwise everything goes wrong. And yeah, let's go test it out. It's all hooked up. Let's hit the power button. Have I hit the power switch on the power supply? No, I haven't. Let's hit the power button. Whoa. That was not a good sound. Hello. That's my drive dead, isn't it? Yep. I'm willing to bet that my drive just died. I got a visual though, so the card definitely works. But I think we've got a new problem. Okay, all the drives are responding. That's the drivers downloading, yep. Oh, she's responding. She works. Let's while it's running quickly pop off the other side, because I did close that one up. So I've done some tinkering, like I'm pulling out drives and stuff like that. It's not the drives, thank God, but I pulled out the power supply and it's just kind of on the side, and now it's working. So I think I'm going to try and more carefully put it back in and take it from the top. I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but I just found a screw where the power supply was, so I'm thinking maybe it was caught in the fan. But either way, I'm going to try putting it back in now and see what happens. Moment of truth. It'd probably help if I hit the switch on the back, wouldn't it? It'd probably help if I plugged in the power cable at all, actually, now that I'm looking at it. And go time. Any noise? No. Working system. Huzzah! Yeah, sometimes it's to fix an IT problem. It's just as simple as reseating a part. Even something like the power supply that doesn't necessarily need seating per se. Let's try and shove this side panel back on. Yep. As simple as reseating the power supply. The side panel is now back on. We don't talk about that cable management. That's a dark place back there. Let's run 3D Mark again for the new RTX. I've got to open it back up. Somewhere along the line I knocked out one of my H drives, my hard drives. I've got to open it back up again. We're finally all set. All drives, everything's responding. I think it's all set. By the way, I do have blue fans. I don't know why this... I ordered these three together on Gumtree. I don't know why this one only isn't all blue. But this we can't. This card looks sick. So that's almost 9,000 for the graphics. That is so much faster. Crikey. I was not expecting that much of a jump. I thought the rest would bottleneck a lot more, but apparently not as much as I thought it would. Crikey. So, first game I got running was Minecraft, and the GPU is definitely very much being bottlenecked, but for some reason, my game's not going over 60 FPS. It's strange. And the CPU is trying to catch up, which it's putting itself under more load, trying to keep up with the GPU than it would normally put itself under. Even now, it's stuck on 60, so it's strange. Okay, so Fortnite is running at a clean 60. It's occasionally dropping, but for some reason it just refuses to go higher. I don't know why it's so determined to not go higher than 60. I reckon it's something to do with my CPU and the age of it, but I think the GPU is definitely being bottlenecked by the rest of the system. I definitely need to upgrade. I reckon that's one thing I've got to work on. But we here at Geeky Tech's budget is not very high, so what can you do? Okay, yep, next is Assassin's Creed Unity, and yeah, as you can see, the CPU is definitely bottlenecking the GPU, but it does not look that bad. It's got a good frame rate. An RTX 3060 will work with this old hardware, but it's definitely being bottlenecked in this case. I've also learned that this exists. I think it's just Portal, but RTX. Let's try it out. Here it is. Portal. It's got Gmod sound effects. Crikey, it looks stunning to be fair. Yeah, it looks stunning to be fair. What does the Portal look like? Oh, I like that. That's cool. Wait, what do I look like? Oh, this just looks amazing. For context, here's Portal 1. Admittedly, once again, Gmod sound effects. I haven't actually played Portal 1, so I didn't know that. But yeah, the other one looks so much better. Portal with RTX is cool. Okay, so I've loaded into Minecraft. You can only do certain worlds in RTX. So this is the medieval one. Looks fair enough. Looks pretty standard. Then if we go to boom, settings, scroll all the way down, in video, it would have helped if I was in the video section. Ray tracing, upscaling. This is vanilla Minecraft. It looks like shaders. That looks amazing. Does it not? Crikey. I'll say this much. I'm very excited to have a GTX. No, sorry, not even GTX. I'm so used to saying GTX. RTX 3060 in my system. Yes, it's gonna run great, but the rest of my system definitely bottlenecks it. So I want to work on getting some better parts to not get bottlenecked, hopefully as badly. But now you've seen my main rig. Anyway, I just wanted to share me installing my RTX 3060 and finally upgrading my main system. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, as this is still a very new channel and it would help out a ton. I'm putting a lot of work into it and I would really appreciate it. Comment what systems you're running. I'm curious of what your main rigs are. Anyway, I hope to see you in the next one. I'll see you later.